new episode of my live workshops. I'm giving this workshop because I sent out a mail to my mailing list, and I asked them, what is the one thing that you need to create that awesome power exchange relationship that you want? And they told me two things. One is they need a kinky partner, and the second one, confidence. Well, I can tell you, confidence is also something that you need if you want a kinky partner. And I'm going to tell you everything about this at the end of the live stream. But for now, I would love to work with you on confidence. I'm having like an intro, but I forgot to put the music on it. So I'm going to sing the music, and here's the intro. There you go. Do 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 do. I'm just kind of hoping that one day you will all immediately recognize, when you hear this song, you will recognize that this is my tune. Somebody made it for me especially, and I really like it. I mean, even my kids, they really enjoy it. When they hear it, they get really excited and they love it. So that's awesome. Okay. Guys, welcome. I'm seeing Vincent here, Stranger Edits. I love watching your videos. Well, thank you. I hope you're gonna watch, you're gonna like this video too. This is actually a video that you're not just gonna watch, you're gonna work. So be prepared. First of all, one thing, stick till the end because I've got something very special for you. I'm going to offer you something that I created a while ago, and it's amazing and it gets amazing results. And I want to offer it to you with something special. So that's for now. First of all, I'm just curious, who's here? Who are you? What are you doing? What is your me 3? Hey, Jenny. Welcome, everyone. So I'm so happy that everyone is here again. It's been a while since I was live. So yeah, just really excited to see all of you again. I mean, if you want to see me more, then I should definitely say come to my Patreon, but I can imagine that's not for everyone. So I'm really excited. Robin, so nice to see you again. Welcome. Guys, where are you from? I'm just curious. I'm in Holland. It's kind of nice weather here. We had like a week, 2 weeks full of summer, which was amazing. No, 1 week. And but for now it's a little bit grayish again, but that's okay. So are you from Sub and I both are here? Oh, that's amazing, Michael. Wonderful. Cleveland, Ohio, USA. New York City. Vincent from Holland. Yeah, we were in touch before. Ohio, US. Awesome. So lots of Sweden. Oh, that's cool. I'm from Spain, but I currently live in the US. Yeah, that's actually why I do the live streams in the evening, because it's the only way that all the US people can join. I know it's for you, it's maybe a little bit more, well, uncomfortable, not a very exciting time, because now it's Saturday morning with you, right? But the point is that if I wanted to give one in the evening, then it's my middle of the night. So Poland, Belgium, oh, that's so awesome, guys. We're so all over the world. Australia, you live in Russia now. Nice, Dominaman. I was in Russia for I did a project there when I mean, in one of my former lives, I have a lot of former lives. I used to be an IT consultant, and I was working in Moscow, and I visited also St. Petersburg. I loved both cities. It was amazing. Okay, well, but let's get started. First of all, what is important is we're here to do something with confidence. But let me check. I asked you who you are. I'm Sam, Kinky Sam Jones. I'm creating last year, well, almost exactly a year ago, a year and a week ago, I started to create YouTube videos because I wanted to share about my relationship. And I was working as a trainer and a coach before that, and but my business completely collapsed because of COVID. The coach clients that I had they were all entrepreneurs, and their businesses collapsed. So they killed all their expensive, including me. So and I was sitting at home, and I thought, like, well, let's see if I can find something else to do. I want to contribute to the world. And I decided to make videos about my BDSM relationship, because I found out already in the years before, when I was very outgoing about my relationship and very free, and I got a lot of people that said like, I want to know more, and can you teach me about this? So I just thought like, what the heck, I'm just gonna start sharing and creating videos. I created a bit over 100 videos now. 2 weeks ago I reached 1 million views. I'm very proud of that. Almost on 10,000 subscribers. I mean, it doesn't say anything about the quality that I make, but so far I'm creating like quite a loyal fan base. I'm having a Patreon with people who support me. I'm selling us some trainings, and I'm doing most of it. Like, the point is that I used to work as a coach and a trainer also for personal development. So, and I take lots of what I taught there, I can take it in the videos, and I can see that it brings people a lot and they like it. So that's where I come from. Okay, well, what is confidence, guys? Give me something. Australia, Portuguese, living in the UK, just legacy. And while you're type in the chat, what is confidence? Alaska. Wow. In my opinion, it's always very cold there. Is that true? Hello from Indiana. Your hair is beautiful. Yeah, I love my hair too. Thank you. I took a shower especially for you guys, so I look beautiful. I mean, it's not that I usually not take showers, but I wash my hair now. Security and being. Yeah. Vincent, stop posting in Dutch, please. We're here in an international community, so it would be great if you can just communicate in English. I'm from Holland, that's why he does. Trust in your partner. I'm in Anchorage, about the same weather as Pennsylvania, but I have no... Okay. Believe in self and your knowledge. Absolutely, it's all about beliefs. Absolutely, trust in your partner. That's a good one, because confidence has actually nothing to do with your partner, just has to do with you. That's okay. That's okay. I'll just tell you, and you just listen. I can be very dominant if I have to. Okay, well, what is confidence? The point is that I created this. I stole this from Tony Robbins. We have a certain potential. And because of that potential, we take actions. And if we take actions, we get a certain result. And those work on our beliefs. The point is, confidence is based on our beliefs. If you believe that you have a certain potential, you will do different actions than if you don't believe it. The point is that if you're believing that you don't have a certain potential, and you take the actions based on that, because you don't believe that you have action, so you take a lot of action to base on that, your results will also be the results that are the consequences of the actions that you take because of you thinking that you don't have potential. Yeah, the point is it's mirrored, so sometimes I have a bit of trouble pointing at it. And your results will show you, see, I don't have any potential. Confidence is walking down a dark street with your head up and not looking over your shoulder every couple seconds. That's a very practical one. That's definitely sure. The point is, confidence is all about beliefs. And the other side is that confidence is what, if you don't have confidence, what's the opposite of confidence is fear. Can you understand that? It's fear of the unknown. Confidence is that you know that you believe that you are capable of doing something. And the opposite of confidence is often fear. And that is often that you don't know if you can do something, or you think that you cannot do something and you're afraid of doing that. That's the opposite of confidence. So I'm just curious. What would your life be like if you had 10% more confidence than you have now? What do you think? What would change in your life? In your relationships, in your work, trying to sell someone to something, in communicating with someone. If you're studying and you had more confidence, what would change if you had 10% more confidence? Going to play with my sub, but I never played before, so but scared. Yeah, but that's exactly because you never played before. So it means that your confidence is something that you would have a better job. Yeah. Can you imagine how much impact that can have if you have 10% more confidence? So, well, it's a good reason to be completely here and join me, right? And let's gonna work on it. Okay, I'm gonna ask you something. This is a workshop, so you will need pen and paper because we're gonna do an exercise. I'm gonna do a lot of exercises with you. I'm just gonna ask you a lot of questions, because good questions give good answers. If you ask yourself the question, why is this happening to me? It's a negative question. You will get a negative answer because you don't deserve it, you moron. That's the kind of answer that you're giving yourself. If you're asking yourself, what can I do to make sure that next time this doesn't happen? This will give you a completely different answer. An answer that will get into your responsibility, asking you what you can do, and you'll actually get into action. So bring a pen and paper. I had a very nice video with this. Look at this. This is super cool. And I'm going to wait for you till you have your pen and paper. So 1, 2, 3, go run, bring pen and paper. Sorry, I had to go. You have another one. I had something in between my teeth that was very annoying, so I had to get it out. So that's why you had to watch the video twice. Okay, so do you have your pen and paper? Because then we're going to start. I'm going to share with you 7 different mindsets that you need, or that will change your confidence if you are capable of getting that mindset. So the first one is that creating confidence is getting outside your comfort zone. I just discussed it with you, right? I mean, confidence is that you know that you can do something. You are probably confident that you can walk, right? But there used to be a point that you weren't confident that you could walk because you had to learn it. And so what you had to do is do it all over again, over and over again. But by the time that you were not capable of walking was outside your comfort zone. So your comfort zone defines where your confidence is. So here's what I want you to do. Put a big circle on your paper. It's like in the middle. Not big, not completely big, but like it should cover like half of the page at least. Do you have it? Just say yes in the chat so I can see that I can continue. I can move on. Now, if you have the circle, here's what I want you to do. Start writing in the circle everything that you are confident about. Now, we're talking about confidence now as dominance and submissive, right? I mean, we're going to have a look how you can create. I mean, everything that I'm doing is focusing on how you can create your ultimate power exchange relationship. And But if you think that for now you have a different topic in your life that needs more confidence and that you could really improve it, you're totally fine to find that to take that area. Just write down all the things that are considering your power exchange dynamic, your dominance, your submission that you are confident about. I'm going to give you a few examples. And if you have a great example, just post them in the comments. I'll be happy to read them and show you. For instance, one of the things that I'm very comfortable about is my ability to surrender into pain. I'm a masochist, so I like pain, but it's also something that even if the pain is really hard, I know that I have somehow an ability that I can surrender into it. And it wasn't easy. It was something that I had to learn, especially because it's very connected to trust. I had to trust that my master wouldn't give me more than I could handle. But this is one of the things that I know that I'm capable of. I also know that I'm capable, for instance, of having an orgasm. Not everyone is able to orgasm. And I wasn't that good at it at one point. Something that I'm not very confident anymore is my ability of obey without questioning. We have a power exchange relationship where our power exchange is mainly what's that called? It's mainly in the bedroom, so it's mainly about sexuality. But there is, of course, there are different aspects of it. But for that, I'm quite capable of obeying my master without any question. But there are a few. For instance, my master, he sometimes he wants to, because we have like a master and apprentice kind of relationship, that he's teaching me stuff, and but sometimes he's teaching me and I'm not very like enthusiastic about what I can do. So I'm questioning what he's given me. So this is one of the topics that I'm not so confident about. In other things, for instance, if it goes for serving, I'm a very good cook. That's something that I'm very confident about. So these are the things that I know that I can do. I'm good at sitting in positions. I'm good at remembering stuff. I'm very consistent and very persistent in following rituals, which is also something that I had to learn. I wasn't that good at the beginning. So just write them down, the things that you are confident about. Now, outside the circle, write down what you are not confident about. What would be things that you think like, oh, one of the things that I would not be confident about is playing in like a dungeon or something. I've never been there. We're both not very outgoing in that sense. I really don't like masses of people, so kind of private. I like being alone with my partner. Has it to do with BDSM? It depends for you, Vincent. The point is, I'm giving you this. It's a workshop on confidence, and it's about, especially like for instance, the second thing that people wrote down, what they didn't have in their relationship is a kinky partner. Can you imagine that if you're single, that dating is something that you might not feel very confident about? And that it would make a lot of difference if you have some confidence that you can definitely get there. That it will help you to find a kinky partner. And this is actually one of the reasons that I'm giving this workshop. So I can also, who brings dungeon play up? Yeah, well, it's not about what I need to do, but it's about, are there things in your life that you would want to be more confident about? Another thing for me that I would like to have more confidence in, for instance, is trust. I find it very hard to surrender in to my master in certain specific areas that we play in, because I don't trust him. Choking, we are very much into breath play. We would love to explore more on it, but I just simply cannot let go. I don't trust him in that. And I would like to. So it's something that we need to work on. So it's something that we planned on doing more. I have to trust him that he's not giving me more pain than I can handle, and I don't trust him in that. And it's not a bad thing. Bingo. So hard to ask if someone is kinky when you first meet. It feels like as if I am prying. I can so understand that, especially when you're meeting someone in a vanilla environment. Then just to ask him immediately, like, like, are you kink? That's feeling a kind of a perfect convicted. Yeah. I know the feeling. Yes, I totally understand. And this is something that's definitely something that I would love to get more into, and it's part of the kinky dating environment. Hi, YM, welcome. We started already, so that is definitely something. So that means that also it's something that you are not confident yet in how you can handle that. I feel confident about receiving actions, but really unconfident about giving action. Oh, yeah, I can totally relate to that. The first time that I was playing with my puppy, I have a puppy. The first time that I was playing with him, I was so scared that I was doing something wrong and that I wasn't giving him what he wanted. And I was all the time asking him, like, is this okay? And are you enjoying it? And it totally... Vanilla is for ice cream. If you know, you know. Yeah, well, if that works. I found out that it's I think it's easier when you're a woman, when you can wear a collar or something, and it also depends on where you meet someone, right? The point is that I'm always wearing a collar, so for me it's always pretty visible what my preference is. But I can imagine that for guys this is a little bit more complicated to find out. And what I also found out, well, I don't want to go into that. It's not part of the training. We're busy with confidence, and I'm already. I mean, it's almost 8:30 at my time, so it means that we're almost halfway, and I'm still. I think I'm like did 10% or something, because now you have your circles, and you have around it. You wrote down all the things that you are not so confident about. What I want you to do is pick up 2 things that you're willing to work on. So just pick 2 things that link, like, oh, that would be nice to work on, because we're going to work on those now. And so that's why I'm asking you, just pick 1 or 2, and you can write them down in the comments. Having not enough imagination to keep on playing. I'm in my late 60s and not rich. My girlfriend is 30, and I told her upfront I'm kinky and found out we have the same kinks. Yeah. Well, Jean, so good to hear. But when most of her are here to listen to you talk. That's Alexander. It's fine, but if you want to get something out of this, I think you should definitely do this. This is a workshop. It's not. I'm not just here to to train you guys. First time playing and becoming a better dom. Yeah, well, that's fantastic, Vincent. Thank you. So just pick those, and then we're gonna go to the next one. Mindset number 2 is embrace change. Because you probably heard that if you do what you always did, the outcome will be what it always was. If you're not changing anything, then definitely nothing will change. And for sure, what I also see is that a lot of people are just not doing anything. Well, then for sure nothing is going to change, and you know that. So it actually requires a decision. Are you willing to change? Because when you think about it, it's freaking scary to change something. So, because let's say that you decided that you're willing to change, what might happen in your environment? I mean, if it's changed and it works, it's for the better, right? But it can be that you are pretty much confronted with somebody. Imagine that you're now you decide to change, and you're going to actually find a kinky partner, and that means that you're going to approach people and ask them if they're kinky. Yeah, that's going to be challenging, and it might scare some people away. Of course, there are different ways to do that, and I think Vanilla is for ice cream really works. But yeah, what I would do is because I think that honesty is so crucial. And the point is, do you want to start immediately with this question? To me, when I'm really looking for, I'm looking for a partner for life, for like a life, for a long-term relationship, not for a play partner. That's different. So if I'm looking for a play partner, when I was only vanilla, I also wouldn't. We would probably keep the sex part. We would keep that for a while. It's not for the beginning. You're not, but we were talking about who are you? Do we have anything in common? We were talking about values, and I would start there, and from there, looking into whether someone would be interested in having sex and what kind of sex. And I used to be, yes. That's also it's probably easier as a woman to say I like it a bit rough, although I found that also very challenging, than when you say it as a guy that you would love to be dominated by a woman. But it's a matter of phrasing, because if you tell a woman that you love to like treat her like a queen and serve her, and that you love giving foot rubs and foot massages, that also sounds a lot different. So it's also a matter of, is there a way that you can actually change about it? What happens if you're not willing to change, if you're not thinking about it because it's all too scared, is that you also don't see the options that you have, and you're not going to think about how can I do it in a way that it would work. And that's something that the moment that you say I'm willing to change, this is what you'll find out, that moment, that then also options will come up, that it will be clearer on how you can actually change it, how you can change your behavior and give you more results. I'm just going to read the comments. How do you use confidence if you're having a session with someone? Is it okay if you're asking yourself if they're okay? Yes, that's absolutely okay. That's very important to do that. My master all the time does that. He just asks me for a pussy check. He calls for a pussy check. He just tells me pussy check, and I have to give him 2 numbers. One is my physical arousal. I just need to check how wet I am. Usually he does it himself, but there's another one, and that's my physical. That's my mental arousal, if it's turning me on. And they're usually connected, but not always. So yes, that's very much absolutely true. My boyfriend bottom have a struggle to come for me. I don't force him. Maybe he have a struggling trust in me. Maybe. And it's very good to talk with him about it. Just have a look and see if you can change something in. It's something that you can train. Absolutely. I mean, I'm trained. I always thought that I needed 10 minutes for the first time to edge. So that would mean that I also would have 10 minutes that I would need to come, right? Now, my master 2 weeks ago, he decided for a new ritual for me. And he gave me a routine that I have to come. And I have 30 seconds. I can touch myself for 30 seconds. Then I have to give myself a break for 30 seconds. I can touch myself for 20 seconds. I have to give myself a break for 20 seconds. And then I had to count myself down from 10 to 0. And that was the only way that I could come on a day. I have to do it every day when my kids are not here. And it took me 1 day, and I could do it. I mean, it doesn't work always, but and I can do everything I want to arouse myself, except touching my nipples or touching my pussy and my clit. And for the rest, I can. So, yeah. Everything. It's a matter of find something, a way of treating it. And that's the point. If you're willing to change, you will find different ways. And especially when you're new to playing together, guys, I saw that there's a little bit of discussion. If you want to play together, it's very, very important to check on each other. I mean, it shows that you're concerned about her, and you're there to create a safe environment as a dominant. And this is one of the things that you can do, especially when you start working together. I mean, my master knows by now, we're now together for 4 years almost. So we started to get to know each other pretty well. He knows, he can pretty much sense when I'm aroused or not, but he will still check it. Just because otherwise he can't read minds. And you also can't read minds. So just don't expect them to don't it's a good thing. Okay, I hope that's enough. Okay. Well, one thing is, what would be a thing that you need to change to prosper? That's one of the things that you could do that we talked about. So take one of the things, and what would be something that you could change to prosper? If you're uncertain about it, talking with your submissive, uncertain about a certain play, talking with your submissive is a fantastic way of doing that. Tomorrow I'm giving a workshop that's really a day program, and that's about how to create your building up your power exchange. And it's also about how do you negotiate and how do you find out what you love, and that will give you tons of ideas also on how to create assignments, how to create scenes based on what you both love. So but that's for Patreon, so I'm not gonna go into that, but at one point I'll probably put that online as well, at least the free one, because there's also going to be a 1 hour session of it. But imagine that this is the thing that you need to do to change. If that's something that you're not confident about, whether or not you'll have enough ideas on playing, what is something that you can do about it? Because you can change everything. You just need to take the time to think about it. And usually we're too scared of doing that. The moment that we sit for it and we think about it, we'll find something. Okay, mindset number 3 that you need if you want to have more confidence is, what do you see if you see this word? Yeah, that's a point. I have to wait for about 30 seconds before I can see your answers, because there is a 30-second delay or something. So what do you see? There's 2 different things that you can see. What is written there? Okay, I'm just gonna tell it. I don't see anyone reacting yet. Oh, my throat is killing me. I'm having hay fever, and it's terrible at the moment. That there is missing an R. Yeah, you said that. But you see the word as well, because the word is opportunity. There is missing an R. That's true. Why is there missing an R? Because this is actually kind of, it will show you there is 2 types of people. I'm not saying that if you see that there is missing an R, that you're that kind of person. That's not it, because it says something about maybe also about your eye of details. The point is that so many people, if they see an opportunity, what they see is the missing R. If you get an opportunity, for instance, you're in dating, you're single and you want to meet someone, and there is a really nice woman. You're a guy, and there's a really nice woman, and she sits next to you on the table. But the point is that she has a nervous tick. She's ticking with her foot on the floor. And it's an opportunity, right? There's a nice woman, and you're having dinner together, and she takes the time to sit next to you. You get freaked out and I'll fuck up. Yeah. And you know what is? Because a lot of people, well, then they only see the missing R, and they think, oh, something is wrong there, so I shouldn't do that, or they think I'm not good enough, and that makes them too afraid to take the opportunity. So are you willing to look at the opportunity? And if you think about it, do you have opportunities already coming your way? For instance, you're looking for a partner, and you know that in a few days, coming weekend, there is a seminar where you're going to meet lots of new people. That could be an opportunity to meet new people. Most people meet their partners, also kinky partners. Kinky people meet about 50%, they meet in real life. They meet in the vanilla world. they meet via friends. That's the biggest one, right? People meet people via friends. But work is also a big one. And then one of the things that I found out that I found very interesting, I did a bit of research about it, is that doing voluntary work, doing your hobbies together. I used to play water polo, especially when I was single. I don't know if you know how water polo guys look like. Yummy. They look so nice. So I was all the time having fun there playing water polo, and I loved going to the tournaments where there were more people, and it was a great opportunity to get to know new people, to make new friends, and I mean, and also just sometimes for an evening of fun, it would be great. And then you can meet someone new. So that's an opportunity. So do you have opportunities in your life that you think like, hey, I do have an opportunity coming your way, especially when if you're single and you want to find a partner? Do you see opportunities in your life? It's mainly a matter of looking for it. There's a Chinese character that means chaos and opportunity. Oh, that's awesome, because really they are the same thing. Yeah. Hey, Jimmy. Nice. Welcome. First time playing with my sub. And are you looking at it that it's freaking you out and that it's scary? Or do you see it as an opportunity, Vincent? That's the whole point. If it's a first time playing, that's an opportunity, right? It's an opportunity to learn. It's an opportunity to get to know each other. It's an opportunity to find out what she loves. It's an opportunity to get to know her body. There's an opportunity for so many things. And do you see that if you look at it as an opportunity, that you then have a lot less a lot less fear, and that actually it's probably also going to be better. John Smith's clubs and munches. Yeah, those are, well, I mean, I don't think that clubs are for now are very open for now, John, but they will be. She had a master before me. Yeah, Vincent, when you were I had like 10 different boyfriends, I think, when I was in a vanilla relationship. And I was going to have sex with that one for the first time. But and if you talked about it, if you had, did you have a girlfriend before? Maybe you didn't have a master, but did you have a girlfriend before? And maybe did you have 2 girlfriends before? Now, when you had sex with the second girlfriend, were you all the time busy with, oh, maybe she is not as good as my other boyfriend? Is that what you were asked about it? I'm not asking if you were thinking if you were good enough for her. I'm asking you, were you thinking if she's good enough for you? Welcome, Yuri. Do you understand what I mean? No, never. Exactly. So why the heck would you think it's the other way around? I mean, we're women. We're not even guys. Sex is not the most important thing for us, even though it is very important. And it's for most people, it's not the most important thing. It's not relevant at all if you perform better or not. If you perform less, we teach you. If you perform better, we're happy. If she was good for me, yes, all the time. That's the whole point. Things in the USA start opening to back up. Oh, wonderful. At least the smart people. We're not going to go into a discussion about vaccination, Michael. So please, could you please leave all the political typed things out of it? That would be great. Thank you. Okay, so, well, now the question is, if you see all those opportunities, can you grab one that you can actually work on for now? So, for instance, think a place where you can meet new people. And remember, guys, I know this is not the dating thing, but if you're looking for a new partner, there are so many people in the vanilla world who you don't know if they're kinky and they're not interested. I was super kinky. I just had no clue. So I didn't know that FetLife existed. I didn't know anything about BDSM except for the book 50 Shades of Grey, which I already only heard about because I started the book and I found it very, very, it's horribly written. So I couldn't even make it into the first hot scene, because otherwise I would probably keep on reading because the hot scenes are good. But I was one of those people. When my master introduced it and he asked me, like, I think that you might be submissive. Have you ever thought about it? I never had. And he thought about it, and then we found out, and I'm incredibly submissive. And I'm very, very dominant in real life. I mean, I'm a business owner. I think this is my 8th business that I have. I never was in a job because I'm not very good at submitting to bosses. I'm bossing around everyone, including my kids, but I'm submissive in core. And I didn't know. So and there are so many nice people in the vanilla world. I would suggest just go out there and make more people kinky. I think that's good for the world. And we're so afraid of talking about it. If you're kinky, I can imagine that just whether you talk about it or not in the beginning, it's just be reasonable and do it the moment that you're actually going to talk about sex. Then it's a good moment to talk about what they like and what not. And it's a good idea also for vanilla people to do that. I never did that in my vanilla life, and I wish I did. That's something that I can change. Okay, now let's go. What's the difference between a winner and a loser? Mindset number 4. Tell me. Exactly. Vincent, the same. Thank you, Michael. It's absolutely. And this one is a really good one too. Maybe someone ever heard of the phrase failing forward? A winner is not afraid to fail. Yeah, exactly. The winner gets the girl, loser gets nothing. No. You know what a loser is? The winner is just someone who who tried it once more than the loser. Exactly. I had yesterday I saw a newsletter. I'm sorry, guys. I have hay fever in my eyes. You can see that it's very red. This one, it's very painful. So I'm sorry that I have to use it all the time. I have 100 videos online in about a year. 4 videos of them went kind of viral. They have like almost 100,000 to 200,000 views. And the rest, 500, 1,000 maybe. Bojan, if you say this once more again, I'm going to delete your comments. Yeah, it's clear. Yuri, please keep it in English because everyone is English here. The comments. Now I'm losing. The point is that I had to put on. So only 4% of my videos were a success. So does it make me a winner? Yes, because I have videos that are a success, and you're here. The point is that I made a lot of videos that were not a success. So in other words, if you want to learn, if you want to have a success on finding your kinky partner, date 100 people, and maybe the one that you love is in between them, and then you find the person that fits you. There are plenty of strategies that I can teach you that it may well make it a lot easier, and that will increase your chances tremendously if you're having if you are looking for a kinky partner, so you don't have to date 100 people. But in a way, a winner is just someone who did it once more. If you're falling off your bike all the time when you're trying to ride a bike, then you're the loser. But the moment that you get up again and you finally manage to ride the bike, that makes you a winner. The winner is the one that got lucky. No. So if you hear what I'm saying, winning has nothing to do with getting lucky. The other guy is an idiot. No. You're a loser if you give up before you succeed, because everyone can be a winner. You can be a winner, and it's not about whether you're lucky, or that's the whole point. If you think that you're lucky, then there's nothing you can do about it, right? Why would you put the effort in it? Do you know anyone who is a winner that is just lucky? Me? Yeah, it's commitment to succeed. Name me one person that is just lucky, that is a winner. Because all the people, if you try 100 times and still fail in riding a bike, the point is you only fail when you stop trying. Because maybe the 101st time, Vincent, you will succeed. No, the winner did no. And that's exactly the point. It's not that the winner did 15 times and can ride a bike. He did enough times so he could ride a bike. It has nothing to do with, some people just need more time for others. I mean, I have a kid who he could like calculate when he was 2, I think, in English. He's insane. And his brother, he needed 4 years before he could do 1 + 1. But the point is, he kept on trying, and now he can do that too. And who is more a winner? The person who tries 100 times and manages to ride a bike, or the person who did 15 times and can ride a bike? Who is more a winner? It's all about, do you have a compelling why? Do you have something that really you want to have, you want to do that? The moment you're only Olympic athletes did get there with luck. There's no, name me one Olympic athlete didn't. No, exactly. Phew, thank you. There is no Olympic athlete. Exactly, the one who tried 100 times, that's the real winner. So guys, keep that in mind. The moment that you think that you failed again, it doesn't make you a loser. It only makes you a loser if that moment you decide to stop trying. Then you lose. And it's okay to take a break. That's no problem. And there's one difference though. Learn from what failed. Learn and try to improve, because otherwise you're not what we call fail forward. Because if you fail, if you don't take the lesson from it and you do exactly the same thing again, then it's also not gonna get you anywhere, right? Like what I said is, where is the thing? If you do what you always did, the outcome will be what it always was. So if you want to change something, you have to do something differently. That's the point. Also with riding a bike, it's not like riding a bike is that you do exactly the same thing and then after 100 times it works. It works because you're riding faster, because you keep 2 hands on your steer, because your dad held you for a while. That's the things that then change. So change something. Also for dating, if you have a date and it's not going well and you would have liked to have a date with another date with this person, and you was like, oh, that would be a wonderful person to get to know, and something went wrong, what is the one thing that you could do to make sure that you learn from it and that nobody ever does? Hardly anyone dares to do that. What could you do to make sure that the next time you have a good one? Bojan, I'm going to say bye-bye to your comments. Okay, let's pick a topic that's maybe a bit more, a bit less confronting. Oh, Vincent. It's hard because I have a depression too. I know that depressions can be really hard, but look at yourself and see if this is an excuse. I have a friend with depression. I can tell you lots of stories about that, but depression is also not an excuse. Well, if making mistakes make me better, I should be bloody amazing. No, you probably are bloody amazing. That's the whole point. Just see that, guys. I don't know what you all filled in the part where you are confident, and it should be filled with everything because you are amazing, all of you. And making mistakes makes you better if you take the time and have the courage and the balls to go back and ask, why did it fail? If you're a salesperson and somebody is not taking your offer, how many of you would dare to go back to that client and ask them why they didn't take it? Hardly anyone does. And it's exactly the same. My grandpa made it in the war and came home, and there were lads better and stronger than him, and luck is a factor. Yes, it's true. I mean, if you look at the COVID, the coronavirus, there are people who are very, very strong. I mean, I'm an athlete. I run marathons. I exercise. I work out every single day. And I got COVID, and I wasn't sick, but after my COVID was gone, I lost all my power, and I lost all my strength, and I lost all my stamina. I had to build up all over again. And the first time that I ran, I couldn't even do 4K. And does that mean that I'm just had bad luck? No, because I think because I have a very healthy lifestyle, I'm also eating super healthy and everything and stuff. Exactly. It's also, I think that I diminish the chances that I got sicker. I think that if I had a different lifestyle, and that's my responsibility, I would have gotten more sick. I mean, I hope that makes it a bit clear. Okay, now this one. Write as many of your failures and mistakes as you can regarding your submission or any other area that you picked. Write them down. Then in the area of dating, if you're alone, write them down. Just make her like a list of 5 or 6 things, and I'm just gonna give you some time to do this because I think this is important. No, Yuri, it's also for DOMs. Otherwise, it didn't fit. Well, Vincent, then you're lucky if you need like 5. And just write 2 or 3, that will be fine. That's enough for now. Is there a time that you just gave your submissive an order and and it was the worst thing that you could do because she just came home from her work and she was like really tired and weary? Thank you, Michael. So do you all have one? Just 1 or 2 is enough. And then if you have them, then what you do is then write down behind each failure or mistake at least 1 lesson that you took and that supported you for at least part of your life. I can share with you a lesson that I got from me being a dominant. No, let's do one for being a submissive. I find it really hard to say no. And that was very challenging for me for using my safe words. I mean, I never used safe words before I started playing with my master. My master is my first kinky lover. And but it's very good for me. And I never could do it. And what I used to do is I started to cry, for instance, as hard as possible. So then my master would say like, oh, she's not taking it anymore. And then he stopped the scene instead of me. And at one point, I realized that I wanted to cry and I didn't want him to stop then. So I had to find my courage and go to him and tell him. That was a lesson that I took is, can we talk about it, Master? We decided on safe words and I didn't use it. So next time that I cry, will you please continue? That was one of the scariest things that I ever did in my life because I didn't want to have this responsibility. So the next time that we played, my master went. I mean, I was crying and it went far. And it was so hard for me to say, stop. But this was the deal. I explicitly asked my master also to only stop when I was using my safer because I had to use it. And only the last time that we played, it's a month ago, so we were already together for 4 years, is the first time that I used red for him. It was not an intense scene, but it was, I mean, it was not intense in the way that was very painful or so, but it was long. And he just continued until I said red. And for me, this is an example of things that I failed all the time, and I took a lesson from it, and that lesson supported me for the more of my life. And now I'm confronted with other stuff. I can't write mistakes about BDSM yet. I'm probably pretty sure that you can, Vincent, if you think about it, but it's okay. I didn't ask feedback. I was selfish. I didn't listen or look for the needs of the other. Yuri, thank you so much for sharing. That's very vulnerable. I really appreciate that. I want to acknowledge you for that. So, what did you learn from that? Needing approval. Oh, yeah. Not knowing how to accept criticism. Yeah, I get to do. I tend to have bad communication when it comes to my own needs. Where I need something, I think I can show that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this one. I tend to have bad communication when it comes to my own needs, where I need something and don't manage to express it. It's odd. I have no problem saying no to things, but it's hard to say yes. That's a beautiful insight about yourself. Asking for feedback and taking it as a gift. Oh, that's so complicated. I think that's something that's not easy. My sub has that problem too. Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. I can so feel what type is saying of use of manipulating. Yeah. As a top poor communication, huge self-criticism, pushing myself into things I wasn't yet comfortable with. Yeah, absolutely. I learned that not doing that did not make it enjoyable for both. Absolutely. To be hard, but in a playful way. There's much that we can learn, no? And you know what the fun is? Now let's get to the next point. Where is my resting? Life is a journey towards a destination. And it means that it's not about the end goal. It's about the journey. And the journey is fun. If you can see this as a journey, would that change the way that you're looking into your failures? But what is the destination? Yeah, that's a good point, huh? What is the destination? Well, for one thing, your destination is that you want to have a wonderful power exchange relationship where your power exchange is established and where you, I don't know. For me, to me, I have certain values in my relationship. To me, my ideal power exchange relationship is that that I have a relationship where I can grow, where I'm challenged, and where I can be safe. So this is for me my ultimate goal. So can you see that if you have this specific goal, I have that specific goal, that then failing is okay because I have that goal, I know where I'm going, and that makes it more specific whenever I look into that failure. If I'm looking, for instance, as I journey, I would never see things or experience things. The destination is not that important for me anymore. Exactly, Yuri. I want trust and real intimacy. Absolutely, John. And this is great because if you want trust and real intimacy, can you see that also a failure in how you handle that can be a fantastic opportunity to experience real intimacy? Because this, to me, is the main thing. That everything that happens is for me an opportunity. So my failure is also an opportunity. I mean, I can beat myself up so hard, but this is the whole thing. It doesn't make sense to beat myself up. It's an opportunity. And we can use it, especially if you have goals like intimacy, connection. Connection is very important to me. I want to have passion. If you can see that, crying is a bad choice. Nothing is a bad choice. I'm trying to be more open. It's hard though. I might love you, but I have to let you in first. Yeah, I feel what you're talking about, I think. And that's the point, especially when we got hurt before, then we find it hard to let someone in. Why is failure an opportunity, Vincent? Because if you're, for instance, intimacy is for you as a goal in your relationship. You have to have a goal because, I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's not like you're not going anywhere. You have to go somewhere because otherwise you don't go there. But let's say that intimacy is for you as a goal, is a value in your relationship. The moment that you fail, there you have an opportunity to see how you handle it together. If you're not handling it and you're ignoring it and you don't address it and you don't talk about it, what will it do to your intimacy? Can you see how it can be an opportunity? That failure can do that. A failure is an opportunity to actually have a very vulnerable chat, conversation, being intimate about it because you failed. Because you're both human beings. I hope you understand that. And it's also okay if you fail 50 more times. We have I'm not going into detail, but there is something that my master fails in all the time. He finds it very, very hard. And for him, it's very challenging, but it's okay. Because it's part of our journey. And we allow it to be there. Now, this is, we already talked about it a bit. Your 6 mindset is about stopping and reflection. You're not a mind reader. Absolutely. Yuri, that's so important. Stop and reflect. This is something that we often not do. We fail and we tend to run away from it instead of stopping and looking at it because it's painful, because we failed. And we don't like to look at something that we failed. But this is the only way that you're going to fail forward, that you're going to learn from it, and that you know that you can do it differently the next time. And usually what we do, we use something for it that's called a clearing. I actually deleted it from the presentation because it was already way too long and we're already way over time tonight also, but it's okay. The point is that if you're, what we do at the end of each day, and usually we also do it after a scene, it's called a clearing. And the clearing means that we both say to each other, this is what didn't work. That's where we stand. That's where we stop. And where we start. What is it that could be better? And it gives us both the opportunity to express to each other what we think that could have been better. And it creates an environment of honesty, because being honest is so vulnerable, and it's so important to, I mean, this is creating really intimacy. Daring to be honest to each other and tell each other, I would have liked if you would have continued that. I would have liked if you would have not done that. I found that you were a bit, and that you were not so busy with what we're doing. We made an agreement on something, and I was expecting something, and it didn't happen. So, bound by nature, that's so true. It's not about journey or destiny. Yes, it's also about journey. It's about realizing what you really want, what is good for you, and then going on this way and that live that. Taking responsibility for yourself as a thing. That's absolutely true. The point is that in real life, it doesn't really always happen that way. And then your challenge is, whenever something happens that doesn't go the way that you want, that it's also okay. Because sometimes life happens, and sometimes you're just different than the other day. I mean, I'm a woman, I have periods. Don't do anything with me the day before I have my periods. Then everything is horrible. My whole life is killing me. I got the wrong hour and missed much of it. Great, got this taped with the comments too. It is taped, not with the comments, but I will do it for the comments now. Yes. Usually I don't, but I will. Yes, it's recorded, and the same. It will. As soon as it's done, then it will be as a recording, and you can start all over again. And thank you for the compliment. Let me finish first, guys. Can you please leave the comments that are not very related to the topic? Could you please keep them a little bit out? Because I'm so distracted all the time. I don't remember what I was saying. Right. Sometimes life messes up, and sometimes you're just not your ideal self. I mean, I'm just a human being. I mess up all the time, like you probably will. If not, then there's something in your self-reflection that you might need to work on. Anyway, okay. So, well, a great deal is build in regular times to stop and reflect. We have lots of those moments. For what I said, we have that when we're together at the end of the day, every day before we go to sleep. When we're not together, I have to report always whenever I'm doing an assignment, whenever I'm doing a ritual, and at the end of the day, we usually chat together. But if we don't chat, I report. So those are my regular times. So find the times also in your relationship to do that together. If you want to reflect on your relationship. And if you're alone, take the time yourself. It's not very complicated. Just write for yourself. What didn't work today? So what could have been better? And then you write. And only after you finish that, you go to what did work. And you be grateful for what worked. And now we get to the seventh mindset. Gratitude is your secret weapon, because you cannot be sad, you cannot be frustrated, you cannot be angry the moment that you're grateful. So what do you tend to think of when you go to sleep? Do you think about all the things that you should have done and that you didn't do? Or are you thinking about, oh my, that was wonderful meeting that person. I've seen so many flowers when I was walking there. Hey, I managed to do my 30 minutes of yoga today. Those are the things that you're grateful for. Be grateful for the people that you meet, for the things that happen. Can you be grateful for something that's a learning experience? My master is freaking frustrating when all the time when I'm frustrated. Usually when I'm frustrated, it means that I have to learn something. And he says, like, aren't you jumping up and down? And it's like, he's a bit teasing me with that. But in a way, he's right. And in a way, I am grateful that I'm frustrated, because I know that the moment that I'm frustrated or angry and that I'm emotional, there's something to learn for me, something to break through. And the moment that I saw that when I was frustrated, that there was something to learn for me, that was at that moment I could step out of my anger and I could actually look at it as a learning moment. And then I learned also something. Then it taught me something. So that makes so much difference if you do that. Another thing that we're not very good at, especially if you're Dutch, guys, we say, like, we have a saying, and it's called niet boven, je hoofd boven het maaiveld uitsteken. It means that you shouldn't be higher than the rest of the field, because then the guy who is mowing the lawns will cut your head off. And that's so typical for the Dutch mentality. We are trained to be normal, to be like, we're all like this. You shouldn't be like too good or too high, and people think that you're a bragger. But it's such a good thing to acknowledge yourself for what you did. Start doing that. It makes such a difference. Just look at yourself and see the things that you did that you can be proud of, that you're happy with, that you're grateful for. I mean, one of the things that I tend to do is also looking when I am with my kids and I'm frustrated and I still manage to have a great day with them. That's something that I am acknowledging myself for, because I'm fucking proud if I can do that, because it's not easy. I mean, I have really nice kids, but they're kids. Anyway, so just write down what and whom you are grateful for in your life. And if you think about it, who do you like being with more? People are complaining all the time and that are coming up with excuses why they didn't do things, or why they are not capable of something, or the people that are grateful and that are happy and that they look at life like a gift and they see opportunities everywhere. Or do you want to be with a person who always sees the missing R? Just think about it. Tall poppy syndrome. Don't stick your head above the cornfield. Yeah, okay. I wish I had the faith in me that my family and my friends do. I'm trying to change my thought process. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a process, Mr. Frick. It's a process. It's so hard to talk one's failures. And most people just brush it away and never look back. It's true, Demon Core, but the point is that you're not here to talk about someone else's failures. Start talking about your own failures and look at what happens then when you do that. Now, if you're single and looking for a partner, do you think that more confidence will help you in finding a partner? Is there anyone, by the way, that found this valuable until so far? I thought, like, I really learned something, and this is something that I can do with, because that would be great. I'm in a new stage of life, so I'm grateful for the challenge. Great. Okay, happy to hear. Thank you, guys. Now, I have something. I created a kinky dating program. It's like this, but it's a whole day. No, it's not a whole day. It's like 4 hours or something, but it's work. And I'm asking you questions, because good questions get good answers. I'm going to ask you questions. You're going to work, and it will give you a lot more confidence. And in the morning, we're going to work on your core values, who you are, what kind of people you are, what kind of person you're looking for, what kind of relationship you want. And in the afternoon, so in the second half of the program, I'm going to teach you how to write a good dating profile, what you put in it, because this is actually perfect to already weed out most of the people, because you don't want to have everyone you don't want to have to date everyone. You just want to date the people that are actually like-minded people, right? So I created a fantastic program, and I created a few weeks ago, and one of the people just came back to me like last week with the results, and I just want to share it with you. He said, "Thank you so much for the class. I'm learning so very much. About 2 weeks before I signed up for your help, I got on FetLife and I read what other people were putting on their profiles. I kept mine short. I started to search, and in less than a week, I now am talking with 2 possible subs, and I've been using all the things I've learned so far from you. And Sam, your advice is spot on. I'll be here to keep learning how to be a better Dom person. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to keep exploring and learning from you." So if you are single, I want to offer it to you because I think it's amazing. Yeah, I can acknowledge myself too. I mean, this is a training, and yeah. Well, if you are interested in finding a person that fits you, and you're interested in finding a kinky partner that suits you, it's for you if you want to get off your couch and want to finally find this amazing partner that's waiting for you outside. This is for you if you're willing to learn how to really connect to someone. And it's also for you if you're actually willing to do something for it. Because, well, if you just keep on sitting on your couch and just listening to me, then I can not recommend this program. So if is that what you want to do, then don't do it. And also, just gonna put this. If you think that you are already perfect and that the other people around just don't see how brilliant you are, then this training is also not for you, because I'm gonna work on you how you can change it. And if you're convinced that you don't have to change, then it's a bit of a waste of your money and time, of course. It's also not for you if you think that I'm going to do the work for you. So I'm not gonna find you a kinky partner. I'm gonna teach you how you can find your ideal partner. And it's also not for you if you think that being a dom or a sub is enough to find an amazing partner, or that you believe that your partner should just fulfill all your dreams and you are not willing to listen to theirs. So if you think this might be interesting, then I would love to invite you. Because if you really want something, you will find a way. And if you don't want it, you will find an excuse. So what would it be worth for you if you could follow... Okay, wait, but I can't type. Confidence always attract. Yeah, your timing is perfect, Sam. Wonderful. That's fantastic. Okay. Yes, I really want to. Okay, great. That's cool. So what would it be worth for you if you could follow this program and you would, as a result, find a fitting partner? Then this is the link, kinkyassignments.com/kinkypartner. This is a paid program. I hope that's okay. I mean, I put a lot of work and effort in it, and it's so worth the value. I mean, it's worth the value anyway, right? If you find a kinky partner. But I'm going to give you something special, because if you register in the coming 1.5 days, so it was supposed to be until Sunday night, but the point is that Sunday night is different everywhere in the world. So in Dutch times, it's until Monday in the afternoon, in the morning. So, but today and tomorrow you can still register. It's 97 euros only. I mean, it's not like 1,000 euros or something, but it's a whole day program, and you will get my personal feedback if you're going to write. Once you're going to write your... Yeah, I'm going to give the link again. Kinky partner link. Yes, here it is. Now you can copy it, I think. Does it assume you will find a partner on FetLife? No, but it's one of the options, because one of the things that I'm going to talk about is where you can find the partners. So I'm going to talk about offline, online, and online I'm going to discuss a few dating sites. And FetLife is not a dating site, but I know that it's very well possible to find people on FetLife. But for FetLife, you have to be careful and very clear on your intentions. And this is what I'm going to teach you also. Because if you're very clear about it in your profile, then people will also not feel like betrayed or something when, like you start... I mean, if you're very clear about what you want, then people are very okay, because then it's okay that they can say no, as long as you're open into it. So yes, you can find a partner on FetLife. To be honest, more than 50% of the people find their partners still. I assume they want a local partner. If you want a local partner, well, the best thing that you can do is just go out there. So I'm going to give you also tips on how to find people in real life. And then you can have a local partner. There are so many nice people around, guys. And there are so many people who just are not sure about kink at the moment. And if I can say one thing about it, there is there's it's a matter of phrasing if you want to have a partner. And I told you already, right? If you're a woman and you're looking for a dominant, you might not even if you're a woman or a man, you're looking for if you're a woman and you're looking for a dominant, you might want to say something about that you like it rough if you're like more like a masochist like me. But it would also be great if you're I'm going to teach you to find the things that for you are important, that will be very attractive for the person that you are, because there are always things that are super exciting and hot. Hi, Zuhair. Nice to see you here too. Thanks, Sam. This has been great. I'm so happy to hear that. Well, I hope to see you all in the program. Just let me know. And I'm just going to stick around here for questions if you want to. And we'll see. I sometimes find myself very, very all over the place. So I'm very happy that you found it valuable. And let me know if it works with the site. Okay, I saw someone who had a question about my collar. My master let it's handmade. He let it made. He made it. He ordered it on. It's called Etsy. And if you're looking for chain maille, that's the type of collar that I'm wearing. So then you will find similar things like this. I'm not exactly sure which web shop he bought it in. I'm sorry. But on Etsy, there's so much good stuff. There's so much wonderful things. Very informative. Asked earlier, I'm sorry I missed that, but how did you come up with a method to formulate your rituals? What do you mean with formulate your rituals? You mean my rituals that I have to do for my master, or? We talk about the needs and wants a lot, so I'm thankful for that lesson. Wonderful, Yuri. Yes, my rituals. I get them from my master. But I can share definitely. Well, it's actually one of the things that I'm going to talk about tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm going to give another program today, a day program, and that's about how building up your. Wonderful, Michael. Sure. Check it out. Was it as a need arrived? What do you mean, CDC? Well, how we create we always create. There is a video on my channel also about creating assignments, and it's the same for creating rituals. We always create, both of us. I learned that from my master, to do that for my puppy too. But whenever we create an assignment or a ritual, we think about the purposes that we want. For the ritual that I just described, I don't know what the purpose is yet. My master doesn't want to say. I think it has something to do with the fact that I'm planning to go there for 3 weeks, and that he wants to do something with having me being able to orgasm as soon as he says so. But for instance, some of the rituals that I get are meant to bring me into submissive space. We are really both looking to find out how we can deepen my submission more. So this is one of the rituals that he's doing for that. Okay, well, I would love to close off. Usually I'm talking with my master from 9. I already told him it would be a bit. I made her guess the purpose first after it, and for now she got it right. Oh, that's cool, Yuri. Fun. Guys, it was so wonderful because I met new people again also. I love that. It's like really creating a tribe. if you're not looking for a kinky partner, but you would like to be part of my tribe, and then you get a monthly assignment, a monthly ritual, and monthly game, then you could also go to my Patreon if you want to. That's just for support. I mean, it's not really like, and I'm making all these programs also for my Patreons, and then giving them away also. So just not the day programs. So I hope it was valuable. Looking forward to see you next time. Probably in a month or so. I'll be up again. Loved having time with you. I'm going to end the chat now, or I'm going to end the live stream. But feel free to comment. I'll have a look before I go to sleep, see if I can help you. And otherwise, I'll be up tomorrow again and answering questions also about the program. So looking forward to see you there. Guys, good night.